Hey, how are you? It's Chris Roselli again. Hey, I hope you really enjoyed video number one. What you learned in video number one is light years beyond what most people understand about goal setting. And applying that information is going to help you tremendously in identifying what exactly you're going to accomplish and in actually getting there. But what I'm going to talk about today is kind of the missing link that a lot of people don't really talk about when it comes to goal setting, even those that are kind of in the know. And that is why we want to accomplish the goals that we have, okay? Because, although we can, do pretty well by identifying the what, like we did in the last video, if we don't understand the why, then when we encounter a situation where we're feeling not really so motivated to continue, we're not going to do the things that we got to do to accomplish the goal, okay? So if we have a good enough why, the how doesn't even matter, okay? And what I mean by that is that if we have enough motivation because we really want to accomplish the goal and we know why we want to accomplish the goal, the things that we have to do to get there don't even matter. They're just incidental. So we're going to go over in this video how you can determine your why, okay? And just like in the last video, I'm going to go ahead and just use kind of the weight loss goal as my main example, although this does apply to everything. Keep that in mind, okay? This applies to any other type of health goal, any other type of relationship goal, any other work-related or business goal, any other financial goal, like getting out of debt, saving amount of money, buying a new car or whatever. Also works for relationship type goals, getting closer with your spouse or your kids, or improving your relationships in some other way. But I'm just going to give you this example because it's a really common one and it's kind of an easy one to use to be able to figure out how this applies to any goal, okay? So in the last video, we talked about the SMART goal related to weight loss, okay? And I said that we're going to lose 50 pounds measured by bioelectrical impedance. We're going to do it in a period of 12 months, and based on the factors that are going on in our life and how they relate to what we need to do to actually get there, this is a attainable as well as a realistic goal, okay? So we've got this as our what. Now we're going to look at the why, all right? So what I want you to do is I want you to think about these two columns, okay? Column A is going to be what about your life is going to improve when you accomplish your goal, okay? So we're going to call this the improvement side, okay? Column B is what about your life is going to either get worse or stay the same and stay a way that you don't like, okay? So we'll call this the worseners, okay? What's going to get worse, okay? Here's the thing about human nature. We need both of these types of motivators in order to do things, okay? If we're parents raising children, we don't just want to give our kids this incentive if they have good behavior, right? Which would be like the improvement type motivation. We also want to give some scares of what we're going to take away if they have bad behavior, okay? That's the worsener. Both of those are intended to do the same thing. They're intended to create good behavior with our children, okay? We're the same way as adults as we were as kids, okay? And a lot of us actually need this stuff worse than we need this in order to stay motivated. We need to be reminded of what is going to get worse in order to have enough motivation to do the right things to accomplish our goal. Okay, but we need both of those, okay? And usually the things that we need to remind ourselves about what's going to get worse is when we're just kind of feeling, unmotivated and like, oh, I don't really care, this isn't worth it, that sort of thing. And the improvements is when you're actually doing the behaviors. You need to be thinking about, yeah, this is what's going to happen as I continue to do this, and you can get yourself excited about that. So both of those are going to come in handy at different points during this progression towards our goal. So let's use the weight loss example, all right? If I lose 50 pounds, what about my life is going to improve? Okay, well, let's take it superficial first. I'm going to look better, right? I mean, I think we all can agree that you look better when you have less body fat than if you have more body fat, okay? Within reason, you want at least some there, but you definitely don't want 50 extra pounds, right? That doesn't look good on anybody. So you're going to look better, okay? What else? Well, you're probably going to feel better. You're going to have more energy, okay? You're going to feel healthier. You're going to have less stress on your joints. Maybe, you're not going to have as much knee pain or things like that, or back pain. You're going to feel better mentally and emotionally about yourself. Okay, you're going to have more confidence. You're going to be more likely to be outgoing. You're going to feel better around a group of people socially, because you're not going to feel like you're the fat guy or the fat girl, right? So that's definitely going to improve. You're going to, like I said, be healthier. Now this could mean something different to each person. Maybe that means that they're going to be able to get off certain medications. They're going to be able to perform physically in some way that they couldn't before. Like maybe they're going to start to be able to run again or play a sport again or something like that. Maybe they're going to reduce their risk factors for a particular disease. Maybe that's a really good thing that they want. So those are things that are improvements, okay? If you're married, more than likely your sex life's going to improve, right? Because you're going to feel better about like taking off your clothes, and you're going to be more attractive to your spouse, and you're going to feel more attractive, so on and so forth. So that's going to definitely improve. So we could go on, and this is going to be different for each person. So what's going to improve if you get that better job? What's going to improve if you improve the relationship with your spouse or your kids? What's going to improve if you save that amount of money that you want to save? What's going to improve if you get out of debt? What's going to improve if you go back to school and learn a trade? What's going to improve if you do whatever it is that you have identified already as being the thing that you want to accomplish? Okay, you really need to think about that critically, because if you don't have enough reasons why that's important to you, you're probably not going to do it. Okay, and that's just the simple truth. Okay. But here's where we may want to spend a little bit more time. Okay, what's going to get worse if we continue on the road that we're on and we do nothing to change our situation? All right, so if we look at the weight loss example, what's going to get worse if we don't lose weight? Well, we're probably going to eventually gain more. Okay, so if I'm 50 pounds overweight now, probably in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I'm probably going to be significantly more overweight than I am today. I'm going to feel worse about myself, okay, mentally, emotionally, about how I look, how other people perceive me. I'm going to have less energy. I'm going to feel more unhealthy, all those sorts of things. I'm going to look worse, okay, and we already went over why I'm going to look better, so you just take the opposite of that, and that's what's going to motivate me in this aspect. I'm going to not be as healthy, like I said, so that might mean my disease risk factors are going to go up, because obesity is a huge contributor to every type of disease there is. Increased disease risk. And I might have to stay on certain medications. I might, physically not be able to do certain things. My joints might wear out quicker, all that sort of stuff. So, those are all things that we need to consider. Now, for each person though, some of these things are going to be more important than others, okay? So like, somebody that does want to lose weight, they might not really care that much about the fact that their disease risk is going to go up, okay? Because maybe they're just not in a place where that's really become a reality that they need to take serious. But maybe they're more concerned about how they look, right? So maybe that needs to be your main focal point for this category, okay? And then if that is the main focal point for that category, probably the look better is the main focal point for the other category. So we need to be looking at both of these, okay? And you need to identify what's most motivating to you, okay? So if it's, some sort of financial goal, what is going to be worse about your life if you don't make more money or grow your business or, get a better job? What's going to be worse about your life if you don't get out of debt? What's going to be worse if you maintain this poor relationship with your spouse or your kids? What's going to be worse about your life if you don't accomplish your goal, okay? You really need to think critically about that, all right? And you need to have as big of a list as you can, and you really need to internalize this information because this is you. I mean, this is you right here. This is what encompasses you, who you are, what drives you, what motivates you, why you would ever do what you're trying to do. And you need to really have that down pat and internalized so that it can be something that you think about continually as you are progressing towards your goal, okay? Because if you start to forget or this stuff starts to become unimportant, you're just gonna continue to do what you've always done and you're gonna continue to get what you've always gotten, okay? So spend some time with this, really, analyze yourself and how, your feelings, your thoughts, your desires relate to your goal, both from an improvement side as well as from a worsening side, and tie it all back to those goals that you identified from the first exercise. Okay, so far we've gone over the what and the why. Okay, and in the next video we're going to talk about the how. Okay, so how we're going to actually put this into practice, make this a reality, and take some practical steps to actually, put some legs on this thing and get it going. Okay, so but don't overlook this step and just try to jump to the next video. Really spend some time with this and work through this exercise. Okay, so until next time, this is Chris Rosselli. Thanks a lot for coming and watching this video, and I look forward to speaking with you next time. God bless.